Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fawkes.
Mr. Neon Fawkes, we are here for another edition of the State of Synth, here where we play the synthiest tunes and have the synthiest news and all that stuff. All that fun stuff.
Yep, and we get to say hi to all those YouTube listeners and the Night Ride IRC listeners. And
yeah, we have a bunch of listeners. Thanks a lot for everyone that's tuned in to the show. We love you guys, and yeah, we're gonna dive right on into it here with our top story, ladies and gentlemen. Top story: new song from Kavinsly. What? Not so fast.
Yeah, hang on.
Last week, a new song called The Long Drive appeared on Kavinsly's Spotify, but it seems that the track was indeed not his. Was it a scam? Was it an innocent mistake? I think we probably know the answer to that, Jules.
Yeah.
It's a scam.
Lately, it's nothing but scams everywhere.
Oh, nothing but scams every time we turn around. But I tell you what, we have more on the story. We have our newest reporter, Lonnie Crane, who is going to tell us a little bit more about what's going on. Mr. Lonnie Crane, are you out there?
Thank you, Dennis. This is fledgling reporter Lonnie Crane, here to talk about music fraud. Interesting. I wouldn't know anything about fraud, so this will be good. It seems the synthwave world was taken on a bit of a ride last week when a so-called Kavinsly track was fraudulently uploaded to his account. The track was eventually deemed fraudulent and swiftly removed from his account, which is good. The Kavinsly extended family has always been good to me. But the question remains, how can we better safeguard music fans from these schemes? That's why our team from Night Ride has been working day and night to create better ways of detecting music fraud, deterring copycat artists, and making sure our music is safe to listen to. That's our very own Dr. Schultz. Guy gives me the willies, but I digress. Schultz has come up with his newest invention, the Song Scanner 5000. It's technology, people. I'm here in the Night Ride FM basement with Vusto, anyway, and a few others, where Dr. Schultz is about to demonstrate just how it all works. Dr. Schultz, can you tell us a little more about what you invented?
Well, you see, the machine is quite easy to use. You simply put the song in the one end, and through a series of complex algorithms and a little radioactive isotopes, it returns the same of the actual artist on this screen here.
Yes, and it works pretty well too. We just loaded it with a song by The Weeknd. And, well, look at that. It turns out it really was taken from Makeup and Vanity Set.
Not only that, with the amount of heat this machine generates, you can actually cook entire meals on top of these heat plates. In fact, I thought it would be pretty fun to hold a little cooking contest right here in the basement. Who's interested?
Well, I'm getting a little hungry, and I certainly wouldn't mind cooking up my new shashlik recipe I learned from the Russians in that alternate universe.
And I guess since I'm the only one who doesn't know how to cook, I'll be the judge. Oh, hi, Miss McQueen.
Are you folks doing a little cooking contest? I always wanted to try out my mum's beef Wellington. You can count me in. What do you think, Mr. Volcor X? Do you know how to cook anything?
Volcor X does not eat mortal food. Volcor X destroys planets, but he does like to make sure that humans are well fed before facing their destruction.
Well then, I suppose it's time to get cooking. Well, it looks like all the contestants are done with their dishes. I'm gonna go ahead and sample the first offering. I'll just take a little taste of Vosto Vlad's shashlik and... Oh, sweet lord! This is terrible! It tastes like battery acid. What happened?
I forgot to mention that there is a small amount of radiation leakage in the song scanner 5000. Since we all take our anti-rad pills before coming into the studio, I'm pretty sure that we won't die eating the food. But the flavor might be a little off.
Well, in that case, I suppose I'll just have to pick the least offensive food. For the winner. And the winner is... Miss McQueen's Beef Wellington.
Ooh.
Volcor X does not accept this outcome. Volcor X does not like to lose cooking contests. Volcor X will now proceed to destroy the puny inhabitants of this planet. Volcor X.
Dennis, I think that's all we have for you today. Passing forth transmissions and such. Oh, and if anyone calls, I've been working here for 5 years. Wait, 4.5 years. Back to you. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Lonnie Crane. Yes, with that report.
Sounds like a gumshoe detective.
Where did we find him? Is our HR department working? I don't even know anymore. All right, so Mr. Jules, we would like to send a couple shout-outs to the people in the chat room. Do you want to go ahead and mention some names real quick?
Yeah, I see some people. By the way, if you folks are listening, pop into the YouTube chat or the IRC chat and say hi, and we'll shout out your name. Over in the IRC, we've got Dysterian, and Phosphor has joined us. Karen Zoe Lee's in there. Our Serbian friend, The Tilt, is in there as well as System Glitch from Daytona, Florida.
Nice.
Morph Voice is in there. And Vampire has joined us as well, and some guy, Watch Out for Snakes.
Who?
I don't know who that is. And let's see, we got Fox Resort, Night Razors in the chat, Rex Balls.
Nice.
Bait and Bait has joined us. Ooh, someone called O has joined us.
Oh?
Yeah, oh. And over in the YouTubes, we've got Dark Ludus and Howls. Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you checking out the show. And yeah, we're very excited to bring our very special guest up in just a little bit. It is Watch Out for Snakes. And man, he's just all over the place. And we're just excited to talk with him. And
God, yeah. He's jet setting everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, is he like, I think he's just like trying to see how many times he could like go across the United States. Because like, wasn't he just in California and then like he's back and like, I think he's going to be up in New York.
I heard Drake's going to be opening for him soon.
I think so, honestly. Actually, you know what? We're going to talk to him about it. He's got Tim Capello playing one of his shows.
Tell me about it.
That's ridiculous. Oh, I love it. I tell you what, before we do and bring on Watch Out for Snakes, let's go ahead and dive right into our first track here real quick. What do we got lined up?
Well, if you were lucky enough to be listening to Karen's show yesterday, she played several tracks and had an interview with the Swiss artist Andrew Lacent. He released his debut album after 2 years of work, and it's entitled Second Chance 2021. This album, I'm telling you, is pure Outrun goodness. It's like classic Outrun.
It's great.
Yeah, and I think there's like 12 tracks on it or something. Every track's a winner, and we've decided to play the first song from the album. This is The Rise of Zargassus by Andrew Lacent, here on Night Ride FM.
Enjoy.
And that was Andrew Lacente with The Rise of Zargassus.
Yes, a name I can't pronounce. That's why I give it to Jules. Thank you very much for pronouncing that name.
Just think of it as Lacente.
Lacente. Well, there you go.
But pretend he's French, so we can't say th.
It was the other one. It was the song title I couldn't get. I would have said Rise of the Sarcophagus, and I know I would have gotten that one wrong because, I can't see words. That's how I am. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and have the pleasure of welcoming our very special guest onto the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for Watch Out for Snakes.
Woo! Wait, am I not supposed to be cheering for myself? Or?
No.
I'll cheer.
I cheer for myself all the time, in fact. It's encouraged, actually.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be your own biggest fan in order to just keep doing the music thing. So.
Oh, God, yes. Like, that's me. Like, when I do any, skit or I write anything, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to really enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy playing this on the show.
Yeah, I've actually toyed with the idea, in one of my performances I've jumped off stage before while I'm performing, but I've toyed with the idea of jumping off stage and just standing in the crowd, like facing the stage, like I'm actually watching somebody up there while I'm playing.
I've actually done that. Like when I DJ, I will if I'm DJing the prom, I had one time when the power went out and everyone started booing. So I'm like, well, I don't want to be up at the DJ booth. So I go down on the floor with the kids and I'm booing this, fake DJ that is not me at the time. And I'm just saying, you suck. But it's the power went out. It wasn't my fault. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you, man. Holy crap. You're all over the place. You were in San Diego, San Francisco, China, you're headed to New York. You're just kicking ass in Atlanta, right? With the whole jazz that's going on down there. How do you sleep? And what keeps you going, man?
Yeah, it just kind of happened that way. I think, like most people, I've been in kind of withdrawal from not having shows for such a long time through quarantine. And so I may have been a little bit overeager when I started to book things. And performing live is what I enjoy the most, too. I enjoy producing music, but for me, it's kind of a means to an end. I want to have something cool to play for people when I get up on stage. So yeah, it makes sense that, months and months of work just kind of grinding and hitting different promoters and venues up. This is just kind of the result of all that. And it just kind of so happened that everything hit around the same time. I really didn't plan for that. And then in some cases, like Turbo Drive and some of these other opportunities kind of landed in my lap because I think people just heard through the grapevine that I was looking to play, and the stable of artists right now that are comfortable with going out and playing shows right now is a little bit slimmer than usual. So I think everybody is just kind of eager to try and grab somebody that is excited to be back out there and wants to tour around and play again.
Oh God, yeah. That's the thing. I think it's still kind of a shaky ground. Even some of the bigger acts, it seems like I don't even know. I'm planning on going to see the Midnight in, I guess, maybe next April or March or something like that. But I'm like, is this gonna go off? I don't even know because. You don't know, they could be shutting things down again. It's very unstable, so it's very risky, especially if you're booking flights and everything like that, but yeah, kudos for you for just going out there and just being F it.
Yeah, it hasn't completely been F it. I think everybody's kind of taking things seriously and carefully.
Oh, of course. No, I'm not saying
I'm in the same department there where, I'm getting COVID tested after each show and making sure that I'm masked responsibly, and I'm already vaxxed, but you hear the horror stories, you see things even Magic Sword recently had to cancel a couple of dates just because they had somebody in their crew that came down with COVID. So, that's the motivation for me, is that I really don't want to have to cancel any shows, and I mean, obviously I don't want to get anybody else sick, but I'm a selfish being, so so what motivates me are the things that directly impact me. So
right.
But yeah, it's been fun.
I just found out that the CDC in November, they're gonna have these new travel guidelines, and us Canadians who are mixed vax may not be able to fly down.
Oh no.
Yeah. God damn it.
How are you going to get to the show where you're going to meet me, and it's going to be legendary? And, you know.
I don't know.
We're going to work.
At least, hey, you know what? At least I'm going to make it to Neon Rose, because that's before November. So
there you go.
Woo.
Sneak that one in. Are you playing that one too?
Again, selfish. You know, I get to meet him there, so I don't care about like whether you're there or not, Dennis.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't travel anymore. I can't even leave my house anymore. I'm just done. I'm a hermit now, officially.
By the way, I gotta ask Matt, how was DNA Lounge last week?
It was awesome. So this is my second time playing there. The last time was back in 2019 when I toured through with Glitch Black and Gregorio Franco.
That's right, yeah.
So it was nice kind of returning. There were a lot of people that came out to the show last time, and so I was able to make a lot of fans when I was out there before, and so it was really nice playing there again. Like, it was a packed room, and it was just a lot of fun, like seeing people get down and dance. And this is kind of like the first like huge indoor show that I've played since quarantine went into effect. So it was just nice being back in that environment and seeing everybody like really enjoying themselves in that way.
Who was the act that you were with?
It's a robot.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's
robots.
You guys
with just had him on. So yeah.
So wait, did he keep his clothes on?
He kept his clothes on.
Oh, I would have asked my money back.
I was curious too, because I'd never seen him perform live before, so I was kind of interested to see like what that live set was going to look like. But,
it's just gonna be the tie at the end of the night.
He killed it. It was fun. I got to like meet and chat with him for the first time, and so yeah, it was just all around good people there, including like the DJs and everybody that puts on Turbo Drive is awesome. So
nice.
Yeah, Danny DeLorean and the gang.
Yeah, Danny and Devin and Mikey Magnetic and like a bunch of other DJs whose names escape me at the moment, but yeah, they're all good people. And if I ever have the opportunity to go back again, I will definitely like take it without giving it much thought.
Very good. I hear a couple of those DJs are going to be going over to Seattle for one of those Future Function events.
Yeah, and they're actually
helping out with.
They're going down to LA, I think.
That's right, yeah.
Next month with Robots with Ray Guns. Actually, I think Street Cleaner's playing that one too. So that'll be awesome. It was nice. I got to talk with Mikey a little bit, like after the show, and it sounds like that's something that they're trying to do, is kind of take things on the road, similar to what Nightwave and San Junipero do.
Right.
So that'll be cool. I'd love to see them come to Atlanta at some point and host them here.
Yeah. I tell you what, I definitely want to talk about the Atlanta scene, because you're just blowing it up, man. It's some really, really good vibes going on. Let's go ahead and drop a track real quick first, though, just to kind of wet the whistle of all the people out there. Some that may not have heard of Watch Out for Snakes. I don't think that's possible, but if you are listening for the first time, and it's chippy, it's guitar-y, and it's got like
it's synth meets chip meets.
Yes.
I don't know. Metal meets
synth chip synth. Do you have an official term for it, or is it just synthwave?
I mean, I've been calling it chipwave.
Chipwave. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Chipwave.
All right, let's see what we have lined up here, Mr. Neon Fawkes. What do we got here?
Well. One of my favorite tracks of yours. It was released earlier this year in February. Fight Those Invisible Ninjas.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So how about we take a listen to that right here on Night Ride FM.
And once again, that was Watch Out for Snakes with Fight Those Invisible Ninjas. Yes.
Love that song.
I love the titles. Now, like, are there invisible ninjas and you have to fight them? Like, I'm trying to, like, picture in my mind, like, are they really invisible or are they just, like, really good at hiding in places?
I guess that's up to interpretation.
Yeah,
I don't like to divulge too much. I like to leave something up to the listeners so that they can imagine. They can read the deeper meaning into like whether the ninjas are just cloaked really well or whether they are
could be like
invisible.
Space ninjas with like cloaking devices. Maybe that could be like a whole genre. Honestly,
right?
Ninja Cyberpunk.
That track title actually comes from like my days in the hardcore scene, so that was always kind of like the call out that people would use when they wanted a mosh pit to form.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just a reference to those kids that swing their arms wildly in the middle of the mosh pit, and so the idea is that
those guys.
Yeah, the idea is that they're fighting invisible ninjas.
Is that what it is? I never knew. Like, I always try to stay away from the mosh pit because I don't like getting beat up. But I always see them. They come in, they start like just flailing their arms. It's like they have some sort of problem, like
convulsions.
Convulsion. Like I feel like a little concerned sometimes. I want to like see if they need any help. But so I guess that's what it is. They're just swinging at the invisible ninjas. I thought that was a video game reference because I feel like everything that you do is like a video game.
It probably will be a video game.
It could be. I think I would play that game.
Could be.
That actually leads me. I wanted to ask you something. Who does the cool like 8-bit animations and videos?
Oh my god!
Streams and videos.
Could we cut to that?
Yeah.
Sure.
How who does that? And it's so cool.
Okay, so this is great because I don't typically get enough time to like shout this person out. So yeah, there's a podcast called Pixelcraft Spotlight, and basically it's a podcast that centers around the pixel art and chiptune scene. And one of the guys that helps host and run that podcast, his name is Brad Brettenhoff. And he does a lot of like perler animations as well. I think his Instagram handle is Aaron Go Brad. But yeah, he is a big Watch Out for Snakes fan. And so when he was going to have me on as kind of like an animated guest for Pixelcraft Spotlight, he ended up animating a bunch of sprites of me. And so he, the initial motivation was getting something that he could use for that show, but then when I had this idea of just just other ideas, I was
Synth Valley and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I can leverage these sprites for other things. So
yeah,
I've got the YouTube link. I'm gonna post it in the chat here for people who may not have seen this Pixelcraft Spotlight that featured you.
Yeah, I was going to say, we should definitely let people know that if they didn't see the performance or want a little bit more context on it, the performance that kind of blew me away is where I saw the chip character, the sprite and everything like that, was the most recent Synth Valley stream that you were on.
Yeah, with Contra.
And that was incredible. So if you are, looking to check out a cool show, it's on Twitch. I'm sure if you've heard of this show, I'm sure you've heard of Synth Valley because we talk about that a lot. But yeah, it was like a whole thing, like the whole performance was animated. Like it was crazy. Like it was really cool. And, in the beginning, it's just like, it's a live action shot. And then you kind of just like fell asleep, and then all of a sudden you're like,
and start dreaming these video games.
Yeah, like that was just wild. And
that was awesome.
Kudos, like for just being original. Like I try to like look for originality in performances, and especially performances like that, because I just like to talk to them and talk about them on the show and stuff like that, and let people know. Another one was like when Street Cleaner was literally playing behind a street cleaner, which was pretty wild. But it's little things like that make things just so fun and unique, and I love them.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned Street Cleaner's performance in the first Synth Valley, because like I don't think I'm blowing the lid off of things now by saying that like most people are pre-recording their sets for that show. It's not like actually live.
Right.
But for that very first one, we were told, because I was part of that lineup as well. We were told, hey, we're really gonna like try and keep up that illusion. And so in my mind, when I'm like doing my set, I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I don't want to go too crazy with it because I want it to be believable. And then I kind of set the bar accordingly. But then I see everybody else's sets. Like I think Neuron Spectre was in a graveyard, and then and then Street Cleaner was performing for the rear view camera of a moving vehicle. So I was like, oh crap! All right, we're going there. So yeah, with like this second Synth Valley Stream Fest, I was like, all right, gloves are coming off. Like we're no longer like trying to maintain that illusion. I'm gonna like basically milk it for all it's worth.
Right. I'm jumping in a video game.
Any fans who jumped on the Stream Fest at the beginning of this lockdown, they'll know that a lot of artists tried to do live, and it was. I mean, you'd think we were there technology-wise, but we're not.
Yeah, we're not there.
A lot of artists had all kinds of issues, right? Doing actual live stuff. Buffering issues, especially if they tried to like do it to Facebook Live.
Right.
Non-stop issues. So I think the consensus was, hey, like pre-record your stuff, and then we'll just make an event out of it.
Yeah, and that's actually what I'm doing for. I haven't announced it yet. This is an exclusive for you guys.
What?
But, I'm basically going to be performing for MagWest, which, if you're familiar, is like the Western like performance of like the MagFest like video game music convention. So,
is Mark Cooper involved in that? Jules?
I haven't. I haven't been talking with him, but
I think he might.
I'm trying to remember. There's another one that's affiliated with MagFest, and I'm trying to think of it. I think it might be Mark Cooper.
I think it was Mark. Yeah, Mark Cooper.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's I'm going to be kind of like reappropriating some elements from that Synth Valley set. So like if you didn't get a chance to see the animated portions of things, that will be making kind of a reappearance in that MagWest stream.
That's great. Sweet. We loved it. It was fantastic. It's always fun to watch, and I don't really think it matters if it's a pre-recorded performance. It's sort of like you watch wrestling and it's fake, but you're like, this is just glorious.
Well, you're there because most people are jumping into the Stream Fest just because they want to see their favorite artists, especially. I mean, I can't get down to Atlanta,
right?
So the only way I can see Watch Out for Snakes doing something is on a Stream Fest. Plus, all our favorite synthy friends are there.
Yeah,
in the chats.
It's fun.
From like an artist perspective, that kind of poses a unique challenge if you're like both playing live shows and you're doing streaming stuff, because you have to try and think through, okay, how do I like sell this or market these as kind of like two different unique experiences. And so that was kind of, the other impetus for going this animated route, is I started thinking, okay, well, what's something that I can't really do in a live setting? What are some of the songs that I don't typically play in my live set that, I could have some fun with? And so I think that's just kind of where I ended up. So like the set that I'm playing now live it's completely different from the one that played for Synth Valley. So I think that it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, well, very good. Speaking of having fun, I want to go ahead and play this next track, which I think is hella fun. This one just cracks me up. Like the name, the title, it's really fun. It's called
I always read this wrong.
I just read it wrong, like literally as you were saying that. Set us up. It's supposed to be
set up us. It's supposed. I think it's supposed to be like that bad translation, right?
Yeah, it's and I'm terrible for not remembering the actual name of the game, but yeah, it's just like
it's like all your base belong to us.
Yes,
it's all your base are belong to us, and so it's set up us the bomb.
I love it. I love the title on that. So we're gonna go ahead and drop it once again. This is Set Up Us the Bomb. I had to say it slow.
By the way, this is from the album Scars that was released last year.
Yes, love it. All right, so this is it. This is Watch Out for Snakes, and you're listening to Night Ride FM. Here we go. And once again, that was Set Up Us the Bomb.
You said it. Yeah, I can't believe you did it.
I tried.
I was about to applaud because you got it right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. It really is. But I love it. I love the wording. I love the sound that you have. It's really like a wonderful blend of synthwave and 8-bit. Like, do you use like actual chip tunes, or like that didn't come out right, but you know what I mean, like the chip?
Are you using like a VST with like Nintendo stuff, or are you actually using like real Game Boys?
Are you plugging like a Game Boy cartridge into your keyboard and just like mashing it in there and making sounds?
Yeah, unfortunately not. Like early on, I had like toyed with the idea of using actual hardware to do it, but like then when I started thinking logistically about all the different things that could go wrong with it and how I was going to tour with all that gear, I just decided it was going to be easier to stick with VSTs. So the VST that I use is called Chip Sounds by Plogue, and it's really rad. If you're a music producer and you're looking at getting into that kind of thing, you should check it out, because it's got like Nintendo sounds, it's got Game Boy, it emulates Genesis, it emulates Atari, like Commodore 64, like literally any system that you can think of. But I try and like limit myself to just like the Nintendo and Game Boy chip sounds, just to keep that like kind of sound font, because that's what I grew up with. So.
Yeah. So it does. I'm sure it does make it easier when you go out on tour. And speaking of touring, man, let's dive into that, because again, you are all over the place. You are basically the person behind the Terminus Retrowave event, right? That's pretty much your baby, right?
Yeah, that was something that I had started up like pre-quarantine. Had wanted to try and basically gather the reins from James Mitchell, who used to run Echo Synthetic here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he did the music blog, which a lot of people are probably familiar with if you were in the scene for a number of years, and then would host an annual synthwave fest, and it was really more just like an electronic fest, where it had a bunch of different genres kind of mixed together, but that was everything to a lot of people here in Atlanta, and helped kind of bring our scene together. But he just kind of got burned out, I think, trying to get that organized, because it's a lot of work trying to set up fests of that scale. And he felt like he had just kind of done everything that he wanted to do after 3 years. So he kind of retired from that, and I didn't want to see the momentum lost, and also wanted to try and provide a more consistent avenue for musicians from out of town to come here to Atlanta and play, pair them up with some of the local guys here. So I started up Terminus Retrowave, coming back from the first Neon Rose Fest, and had all these shows booked and ready to go, and then quarantine went into effect, and I had to cancel all that stuff. I've just kind of been sitting on it, hibernating. I had met kind of early on with Tyler Lyle from the Midnight, because he was interested in trying to get involved in the Atlanta community here. So he and I kind of ended up, chatting with Outrun Brewing, who is also in the process of setting up, which those of you that don't know, that's a synthwave themed brewery here in Atlanta. We had all these plans that had to be put on hold, but luckily are in a place where we're starting to pick things back up. Things are a little bit different now, because we're splitting the shows between Outrun and then another venue in town named Star Bar. But we've got such a vibrant scene here, and so many different types of artists, that it's been really easy to set up a pretty diverse set of shows. I'm looking forward to, I've enjoyed the shows that we've had so far, and I'm looking forward to the ones that we've got coming up.
You had like Primo.
Yeah, so we had our first Terminus Retrowave was at Outrun, and that was all local people. So it was myself, Vampire Stepdad, Frisky Monkey, and System 96.
Oh, okay.
Saoirse couldn't do that one because I think she was out of town. But yeah, we had System 96, who is an awesome showwave artist, and then this this last Terminus Retrowave, which was last month. That was Primo, that we brought in from Austin, and then she played with Saoirse and Frisky Monkey.
Wow.
And we had Tyler do like a guest DJ set there, like kind of kicking and screaming to some degree because he'd never like DJ'd before, but he wanted to get involved, so it was kind of fun.
Cool.
But yeah, and then the next one, which is actually next week, is going to be Morris Black and Coffin and Acid Gambit. So
wow.
Kind of switching gears from like the synth pop of last month to doing something that's a little bit more Halloween themed, like more industrial, kind of like dark stuff. So
Coffin's crazy. Yeah, we've seen him. He was on the Synth Valley stream, I think, too, right? Right, George?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, both he and Acid Gambit have done it before, I believe. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Unforgettable.
Coffin's awesome. Like I love his music. He's definitely somebody that I would keep my eye on because he's been making music in different projects for years and years, and so he's bringing a lot of experience into like the Coffin project, and has like a pretty like mature idea of where he wants to go with it. So I think that he'll be one of those shooting stars if I had to guess.
Yeah, nice. Some of the other shows that you are doing, in fact, you were doing one this Saturday, right?
Yeah,
with a guy by the name of Tim Capello? What?
Yeah, never heard of that guy.
Yeah. I mean, and
how
for
did
those of you
that happen?
For those of you that seriously have never heard of him, he's the sexy sax dude from Lost Boys. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That was again one of those shows that kind of fell into my lap where I played some shows down in Orlando, and the booker down there, when he heard that Tim Capello was going on tour, reached out to somebody here in Atlanta and said, hey, I know that Tim Capello is interested in coming through Atlanta. I think Watch Out for Snakes should be on that show. And so I ended up kind of getting recommended for that one, which, feels good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Playing all these shows, and word of mouth starts to get around that way.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got a cover that I do that I put out last year with Let 'Em Riot of a Cry Little Sister.
Oh, nice.
From the Lost Boys movie. So I won't probably be playing the Let 'Em Riot version, but I've got like an instrumental version of it that I'll probably be breaking out for Saturday.
I was tempted to play it because you've got a couple of covers on your discography, and I was actually tempted to include a couple of them in here, but then we inevitably get that night ride or so that YouTube email. You've got it.
Oh, right.
The DRM bot.
The DRM monster.
Yeah, they're like, I want to play
you.
Clarksville.
Right.
Your cover of the Monkees, Clarksville, is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was just something I was just doing for fun.
Sometimes the stuff that you do for fun always seems like to be like the standout stuff. Like I remember talking with Street Cleaner, and he's like, yeah, we made this Duncan Chino thing. And I just thought it was the most brilliant thing, and just like goofy. I surprise. I love like goofy things, and like just people messing around and just trying like wildly different things. And I think it's cool that you can kind of mix like things with that, along with some more serious tracks, and just try to just be prolific and just do different things as an artist. I think that's what keeps you fresh too. I think that's why we kind of really enjoy your music, because it always feels like it's something different. It's not just the same, cookie cutter chip tune, synth tune, whatever that you would hear every time. It kind of mixes it up. You're constantly reinventing it and keeping it fresh, which is great.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That was one of the things that I wanted to set out and do when I first started this project, is kind of try and find my own sound. And I mean, I feel like I found it, but now that I've got kind of like that template, I'm able to, venture out a little bit more from it and have some more fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of more fun, let's drop another Watch Out for Snakes tune. This one's a little bit easier to pronounce. Jules, you want to go ahead and take the honors?
Sure, yeah. Just a quick shout out to some listeners. Hannah B popped in to say hi. Neo Radio, who is rebroadcasting us.
Yeah, nice.
From New Zealand popped in to say hi, and Lavalette has joined us. And over in YouTube, we got Chibi Kami and Lucas Bayer taking a listen to us. Yeah. So thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. So, Watch Out for Snakes. your latest single up on Bandcamp, Burnt Bridges. What's that about?
This is dope. This tune.
Did you ask me what it's about? I wasn't sure whether you were going to go into the song.
I wasn't sure where we were going with that either, honestly. But
yeah, so I mean, Burnt Bridges. It's just, you know, before Watch Out for Snakes, I had been was trying to start up a project with the bassist of my former band, and it had been a little bit more punk, a little bit more attitude, kind of more like the Hives influenced, and so that was like the original idea for the music project. And then he just kind of turned out that he couldn't rehearse on a regular basis. He wasn't going to be able to be available for shows, and so that's when I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like go instrumental with it and do something that I know I can do solo. So that's how Watch Out for Snakes was kind of formed. But this track, Burnt Bridges, kind of takes some of that original aesthetic that we had when we were first writing, and we were writing music as a project called Better Safe Than Safari. So
nice.
So yeah, it's got kind of like that attitude-y kind of style to it, and I felt like I wanted to do some vocals on it. It's not, I'll be the first to say I'm not great at singing, but you know, I've always been of the mindset that as long as you have enough attitude and enough fun like doing what you're doing, then, you know, people will feel that.
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well, let's take a listen to it.
All right.
This is Burnt Bridges by Watch Out for Snakes right here on Night Ride FM.
Close
And once again, that was Burnt Bridges by Watch Out for Snakes. Yeah, man. Love that.
Very cool track.
Watch out for snakes. Somebody was mentioning that
Burnt Bridges.
They love your Twitter handle with the watch out for S's.
I wish that I had been clever enough to come up with that handle when I was coming up with my Instagram stuff, but the Twitter handle was the last one that I did, and the only reason I changed it is because of the character limit. Like, I couldn't put watch out for snakes there.
That's great.
So, yeah, but I like watch out for hiss. I just wish that I had used that for everything else so that it was consistent.
You could always change it, I think. I think you could do that.
Yeah, you can. It's just a branding thing. So then I got to go through and change it everywhere else that I posted it.
Right.
Your Bandcamp, your SoundCloud, this, that, and the other.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of homework. I don't know if I would want to do all that. Very good.
I'm a lazy individual. So
yes. Yeah. For real.
Not going to happen anytime soon.
So we're talking about, you're touring, you're all over the place. You are, just banging out all kinds of great stuff. Now you just put this Burnt Bridges out. Is this part of an album that you have coming out soon? Are you going to be rolling this in? What's on the horizon for the Mr. Snakes and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely got ideas for another full length on the horizon. It probably won't be out until sometime in 2022. But I don't know where Burnt Bridges is going to end up. That was just one that I kind of did just to do it. I don't know if that's going to end up on the album or not. I know Fight Those Invisible Ninjas probably will end up on the next full length. And then I've got at least like 3 or 4 tracks that I've been working on for a little bit that are going to end up on that full length as well.
Nice.
But yeah, I've just kind of been taking it easy on the production side of things and spending most of my focus just playing shows, because that's what I enjoy. And like we were saying at the top, I've been in such withdrawal from that I wanted to kind of rest on my laurels a little bit with the releases that I have, because I felt like I never really got to tour with Scars to the fullest extent that I wanted to.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of milking that and enjoying getting out there and playing gigs. And once things kind of wind down for the winter, that's probably when I'll start picking things back up and looking at getting more serious about an album.
Yeah, being out with people is the best.
I pictured you producing, like working on songs while you're traveling. I could see you like sitting in the plane and just looking over at your neighbor and just pulling down their little serving tray thing and then just plopping your keytar down.
No.
We should dig into the keytar mythos, because how big is that thing? Like, we had the graphic for like social media, and I swear we did not do any kind of photoshopping or anything. That was like the real size.
It's like 20 octaves or something. It's got like training wheels on the back.
I mean, it's large, but it's definitely not like the largest keytar that you could have. Like that one, it is one of the older keytars that was ever made. That particular model, and I've tried using some of the smaller ones, but like logistically I just can't make it work for like changing between the different instruments and the songs when I'm playing live. So
okay.
So for me it's kind of like this middle ground where I say middle ground, it probably is like one of the larger keytars, but like when I'm comparing it to like a full-length keyboard, obviously it's a bit smaller, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody with like a 72 or like a 76, 81 key keytar like strapped around their neck. So,
it reminds me of Final Fantasy, where you just see the guys with the spiky hair, and they just have like this sword, and the sword is like 12 feet long. Like, how do you even swing that thing?
You say that, but like if you haven't seen like the newer Rolands that they started making, like that looks even more like a Final Fantasy weapon, because it's the same length or size as my keytar, but it's made specifically to look like an axe.
Yeah,
so it's yeah, it's called like the AX Edge, because like the AX series is what Roland calls their keytar series, and so they're really just kind of leaning into that and saying like, oh, it's Axe Edge, and
nice.
And this thing, I got to see one in person. It's taller than me. Like, I mean, you think that the keytar that I have is ridiculous? Like that one would be even.
Isn't the Axe Edge like $1,400 or something?
It's pretty expensive because I think it's more than just a MIDI controller. I think it actually is a synthesizer as well.
Yeah, I think it's got its own I've heard artists who use guitars samples or whatever, the guitar instruments out of it, and it sounds incredible as a fake guitar.
That is
crazy. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's just, I mean, I'm like 5'6" and weigh 115 pounds, and so if I strap that around my neck, I'm probably gonna get hauled down. So like, it's just crazy. So when people were making fun of like the size of my keytar, I'll just kind of like point over to the side at somebody who's got that, and like that one's much bigger than what I've got. So,
keytar envy, man. It's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could have a smaller keytar because it would make traveling a lot easier, but it's just not going to happen with like the songs that I've already written.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then also speaking of travel, it's always suspenseful. Basically loading those cases.
Oh my god.
Onto like the baggage or into the baggage area and waving goodbye to them because you never know like whether they're going to come back in one piece or not.
Oh,
it's an expensive loss.
Yeah, we've heard horror stories
from
that.
I mean, yeah, that's one of those things where again, I can't recommend Pelican cases enough. Like I feel like I've just been like promoting or none of these people are my sponsors, but yeah, I like raising up the companies and the people that I've had good experiences with, and Pelican. I haven't had any issues yet, like traveling with my synths and their cases. So
well, nice, very good, Mr. Neon Fawkes.
Yes.
How about we dive into another track real quick, and then we have some more fun things coming up, some more tunes. We have a ton of album releases and some touring events and all kinds of fun things. Do we want to dive into this next exclusive premiere?
Yeah. I don't know how you managed to get this, but our buddy Icky, aka the Swedish artist Icarus, he's got a new single out. Well, it's actually not out. Do you know when this is coming out? Dennis?
I don't know. I don't even know.
We just got an early peek.
It's an early peek at a new track from Icarus, and yeah, this actually has him on vocals. So let's just jump right into this. This is a little tune called Chasing Stars right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy. And once again, that was Icarus. Or is it Icarus? I don't even know.
Icarus.
I thought it was Icarus.
It flew to the sun and...
Yeah, he did.
Got a sunburn?
He did. He flew too close to the sun. I think.
And got a sunburn. That's it.
He got a sunburn. Yeah, it happens. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? But yeah, it was a great tune that actually is coming out. I think it's coming out in November, the album. He dropped a single before this, and it was just, it's amazing. It's really like all this like real, it's like chilled out, down tempo, but it's got a little bit of synth in it. It's got lots of vocals.
Machine Heart Part 2 with Kel T.
Yes.
I think we played that a couple weeks ago, didn't we?
We did. I love playing Icarus's tunes, man. He's good. I like him. I like his sound. And, you know, it's like, it's got that, like, I don't know. It's like, it's really sensual, I feel like. Every now and then I like a good sensual.
Like a sensual massage.
You know, I like, you know, I put on some nice, you know, bathrobe, you know, nice, what's that stuff called? That silk bathrobe, and, you know, walk around and, you know, I don't know where I'm going with this. Just making this up as I go along. I do not have a silk. Although, I wish I had a silk bathrobe. You know, some people, they have Amazon wish lists, Jules. We should put our Amazon wish lists out there and see if anyone will buy us stuff. If someone will buy me a silk bathrobe, I would wear that all over all the time. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. If someone wants to buy me a silk bathrobe, what's your opinion, Matt, on silk anything? Are you a silk man? Not into the silk?
I mean, if it's there, I will, you know, I'll appreciate it. Like, I don't go out of my way to like silk out in my bedroom or like with
silk
my
out. I love it. Is that a thing? Silking out? Because I feel like every now and then I want to silk out. I had a really cool. It was like a kind of like a Hawaiian shirt, like one of them loud print shirts. But it was like 100% silk, and it was like just rad. You just put it on, and you're just like, you feel like, you know, you just feel like you're just wearing like, you know, the sexiest thing alive. And
all right, Hugh.
That could backfire very like quickly though if you're in a warm environment and then it starts like you start sweating. It starts
sweating
to
is
you and, like,
the worst in silk.
Not a good scene.
That is true. I used to have silk sheets. I don't know what it was. I guess I was just into the silk. I had silk sheets at one point, and you know, silk boxers, and I never realized. I never really put it all together. Like I might have to see a therapist. I don't even know, but you know, it's okay. Hey, you can wear the silk. You can wear it and you can own it, and you know, I'm not ashamed, Jules. Don't make me feel ashamed.
I'm not. Hey, it's all good.
I'm judging a little bit.
All right, Matt's judging me a little bit, but you know what? Hey, if it feels good and it doesn't hurt anyone, isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Let's play another song.
All right. When we come back from this, I want to talk to Watch Out for Snakes about how he managed to take over like the Twitter GIF engine or something, because
yes,
now you go to Facebook, you go to Instagram. Well, Instagram barely has GIFs. You go to Facebook and you go to Twitter and you type in WAFs, and it's just GIFs after GIFs after.
It's amazing. It's like a GIF parade.
Exactly. But all right, so let's hear a tune first.
A tune.
Morpheus says, "Imagine Jules with silk panties." No.
No, panties. I won't go. I won't take that step. They've got to be boxers. Okay. I'm just saying. Hey, it's some people might be into that, and more power to you. I have my limits, just like anyone has their limits. But I'm telling you, you haven't lived life until you put on a good pair of silk boxers. I'm just saying. Try it.
All right.
Don't deny it.
Well, speaking of silk boxers, our next artist from San Francisco, Thought Beings, they released a cool kind of industrial gothic synth track called Dark Matter.
Yeah.
Strange Matter. So I was thinking silk boxers.
Dark and strange and sexy.
Yeah.
And silk boxers.
Yeah. So Orion's singing in this, and his voice is so cool. I haven't heard him do like a voice like this. And so, yeah, we got to thank our friends at Aztec for the early peek on this song. Karin managed to play it yesterday. We're going to play it today. Here it is, Strange Matter by Thought Beings, right here on Night Ride FM.
And once again, that was Silk Matter by, Strange Matter by Thought Beings. Yes.
Yes. We're talking about your silk undies, and so we played a song called Strange Matter.
Yes, because, I'm a little strange. Put that out there. It's okay. You got to let your freak flag fly. Freak flag fly. You should make a song, Matt. You should make a song for Watch Out for Snakes, because that's another one you can't pronounce. Let your freak flag fly. And
frivolously.
Is that my MO? Is that I'm just coming up with all these song titles that nobody can say?
Hard to pronounce song titles. That's part of your signature. Big keyboard, keytars, chiptune. What NES chiptune? Yep, and that other thing, and soap boxers.
Just make myself as inaccessible and unapproachable as possible.
Yeah, there you go.
And you get one of those pimp hats. I think that would complete your look.
I don't think you could do that if you tried.
I would rock the hell out of a pimp hat. I'm just saying. I like hats. Hats are fun.
Let's do some album releases, and then speaking of album releases, Matt here mentioned something behind one of the songs earlier that I want to get to.
Yes. Yes,
all right.
indeed. All right, here we go. Album releases and go.
All right, so October 1st, Night Audit is dropping an album called High Score. And I believe there is an album launch party in the Twin Cities, which is going to feature performances by Night Audit and North Innsbruck. But anyways, moving on. Bunny X, Young and in Love, the album, is going to be dropping on October 5th. But somehow, if you ordered CDs or tapes, you've already got it.
What?
I don't know what's going on with that.
Very nice.
Yeah. Same day, October 5th, Jesse Fry has a new single coming out called Ice Cold. And on October 15th, Droid Bishop's new album, Into the Abstract, gets dropped. And the other droid from Finland, Runaway Droid, drops an album called Dangerous on the same day.
Wow, that's a lot of droids.
And, yeah, I believe Popcorn Kid and Power Rob are dropping Love Ain't Good Enough, a new single. And I think we're going to be playing that next week because our hookup's at Aztec.
Nice.
Hooking us up.
Our dealer, the KZL's
John
dealer.
John F. All right. Mid-October as well, the Arcade High album comes out, Kingdom 2. I don't suppose, Matt, you've had any luck having an early listen at this album?
Have you heard the new Kingdom 2?
If I had, I couldn't say.
Oh,
wow.
I will say that Arcade High is going to be one of the groups that I'm playing with at Neon Rose Fest, and then I'm also going to be playing a date with them when they come here to Atlanta on their tour in November. So
very good. Well, you can't say that you've heard it, but I can, and I will.
So can I. And
it's freaking amazing.
It's so good. It's so good.
It is. Go out and pre-order this. I'm telling you, if you buy one album this year, buy that one, and buy the Droid one too, because that's Droid Bishop's a banger too. But definitely pre-order this one by Arcade High. It's so good.
I don't think it's up for pre-order yet. I don't know when they're gonna drop.
What?
It's not up for pre-order yet.
They got to get on the ball.
I think they've been dropping a couple of singles first.
It's true.
But anyways, moving on. October 31st, Oceanside 85 is dropping her Hey Sexy album.
Hey Sexy.
Hey Sexy. And November 5th, Jay Biggs is going to be dropping his new album, Jams.
Yeah, nice.
And same day, Robots with Ray Guns is dropping his album, The Digital Life of Zanye Quest. And November 12th, Hollywood Burns is all over the social media saying his new album's coming out, The Age of the Saucers.
Well, very good.
Saucy. But yeah, Matt, you were mentioning something about uploading something Reaper.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
so Reaper is the kind of love child that maybe that's not the right term. Basically, Reaper is just my love letter. That's what I meant to say. So it's my love letter to a sci-fi series of books called Red Rising, and it's by Pierce Brown. I wish that there was a movie series about it, but it's not. It doesn't exist yet. So this is just kind of like my imagining of, hey, if there was a movie and there was a soundtrack, this is kind of what I imagine for it. So it's not really done yet. I kind of envisioned it as going through the entire first book before I really released it, but I got so excited about it that earlier this year, I think back in April, I went ahead and released like the first 6 or so tracks that I had been working on, and had posted them up to Bandcamp, but hadn't really made them available
on the streaming services.
They're not available streaming right now. But right before I joined you all, I was working on going ahead and pulling a trigger and making them available on the streaming services, because it's been a while. I don't see myself like having enough time to kind of do the second part anytime within the next couple of months, and it's something that I've gotten requests from people that that really enjoyed it but wanted me to make it available on Spotify or iTunes or whatever for them. So I went ahead and made it available. I figure if I get around to doing the part 2, I'll just set that up as a second release.
Nice. So they can go right now on the Bandcamp. or no?
Well, yeah. So I popped
it's
the Bandcamp link in, but you said it's gonna be popping up on streaming services when?
I'm not sure. I'm like one of those crazy people that uses CD Baby as my distributor,
Oh, okay.
and they don't tend to be as responsive in terms of when they get things uploaded. So
It's like it could take up to 5 days, and you never know.
Could you accidentally upload your song to Kavinsly's account?
No.
Okay, because I hear that happens all the time, apparently.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just making that up.
Seems like an interesting strategy, but yeah, it's not something I've ever tried before. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming out, and yeah. Aside from like other new tunes that I have out, or other new tunes that I do have out, I just released in collaboration with Street Cleaner like a remix for his remix album, which was a lot of fun to do. And I've got like some other remix projects that are in the works that I can't really talk about right now, but that's kind of like really the main things that are on the horizon at the moment.
Nice.
Again, everything has been more focused around like playing shows that are coming up over the next couple of months.
Yeah, you got to get out there when you can, and it seems like now is the best time, I feel, because I feel like it's one of them things. I don't know if it's ever going to get better. You just got to kind of take the good parts of.
I think it'll get better, but I think people need to get if you can get out now, get out now.
Exactly.
Our mental health has taken quite the hit.
You need a breather. You need a night.
And you need to hang out with fans and friends who share same passions and stuff, and have some guy with a crazy long keytar up on stage in front of you. Like
that's it.
I'm excited about
headbanging.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm excited about like being able to bring the crazy long keytar to some like cities that I haven't been to before. Like I'm gonna be in like the Boston area, and then like I'm finally making it to like the New York City area too. So I've got the show in Brooklyn that I'm gonna
try to make it up there because it's tough because I have a wedding that I'm actually doing the following day. So again, like New York is a 2-hour drive, but I might drive up because it's like what, an 8:00 show, right? It's pretty early.
Yeah, I think it starts relatively
the
early.
Opener, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's free. So yeah, so it'll be fun. I'm playing both that Boston show and the Brooklyn show with a band called Battle Mode, who they're a chiptune act that used to go by, I think it was Try Heart was the name of their act, but they're guys that I've known for a while, and they're good people. So they were looking to try and tour the area and invited me along for a couple of dates there. So it'll be fun kind of linking up with them, and again, like I said, like playing some cities that I haven't gotten to play yet.
Well, nice. Well, we're all looking forward to it. Lots of great shows, and again, when you can get out to see a show, just try to get out there, because it's one of them things where you need a little sanity. I tell you what, we're going to go into our touring events in just a couple minutes, but let's drop another tune in the meantime. Mr. Neon Fawkes, we have a new song by Kid Burn. In fact, we have a whole new album, right?
Yeah. So Italian artist Kid Burn, he dropped his new album on last week, September 21st.
Yeah.
It's called Love in Times of Death. Sounds like fun. But yeah, it's chock full of Eurosynth goodness, and I think you picked this song. It's the first track on the album.
Yes.
It's called Tin
Silk Soldiers.
Thanks.
It's Skid.
Oh, here it is, Tin Soldiers on Night Ride FM.
just two dreamers in flames. For you, I walk the wire, blinded by desire. We're tired of playing the game. We're just two dreamers in flames.
And once again, that was Kid Burn with Tin Soldiers. Yeah, man. I love that. I love all this stuff. He's great. We got to have him on the show one of these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the way from Italy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on one second here. I think we have... Oh, wait. This just in. What is this? 80 is a biannual print-only publication that taps into a nostalgic feeling of exploring the dynamics and appeal of the 80s culture and aesthetics. What is this? Looks like a magazine? Very, very interesting. So there's this pop culture magazine called 80, and yeah, apparently they are up on Kickstarter. They're just kind of pre-warming up their Kickstarter. So if you are into the 80s culture, it says that they got a cool magazine that they're trying to kick off. It's going to have pictures and all kinds of rad things from the 80s. So I guess if you want to check it out here, there's a link that's coming through the wire. It's kickstarter.com/projects/big/long/.
I'll pop it in the
80
chats.
magazine. Yeah, so 80 magazine. Very interesting. And yeah, check it out if you're into pop culture. If you're into that 80s pop culture, you might dig it. So, very good. I love it when like things come across the wire because we never know what it's going to be. It could be anything. Could be an ad for silk boxers. I don't know.
Oh, it's you know what? One other thing we should remind people about.
What's that?
That A Neon Life groupies bundle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a synthwave fundraiser for mental health. So
That's right.
unlike a lot of the other groupies, 100% of the purchases from this groupies bundle goes to I'll tell you in a sec. It goes to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the Mental Health America
Nice.
Society. Yeah.
Well, very good.
But there is a crap load of artists on it. 25 plus artists.
Wow.
Around the synthwave community. Yeah. So yeah, go visit groupies.com/neonlife.
Well, there you go.
Okay, you know what?
Yes.
Before we move on to birthdays, quick thing.
Quick thing.
Because I don't know if I can't be the only one who's been wishing this, but watch out for snakes. Some point in the future, you gotta do a collab with Ian Cowell.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I actually got to meet him for the first time in person at Turbo Drive. But we were talking earlier about Street Cleaner and his sense of humor, and I feel like Ian Cowell is kind of that third person where like the three of us will kind of get together in private chats and just be like sharing like ridiculous things with each other. So I think that like our senses of humor definitely jive, and he's one of the nicest people in the scene, and that just always hilarious what he's doing. So I would love nothing better than to work with him.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Some Ian Cowell guitars on a Watch Out for Snakes track.
That would be sick.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's do some birthdays.
All right, let's dive into birthdays.
All right, well, today, September 29th, somebody celebrated a birthday. I don't know if you know her. Her name's Nina.
Jules knows her.
Yeah, I know her. Yep, we're best buddies.
Yeah, she wore your shirt. In fact,
Yeah.
did she post a shirt, or you post a shirt of her wearing your shirt? Did I say that right?
I posted a picture.
Was it a silk shirt?
From the Ollie Ride concert
Yes.
in 2019 in London. I brought a bunch of shirts for people, and so yeah, I gave it to her one night. She came out to the Ollie wearing it.
Oh, that's sweet.
So tomorrow, another person a lot of us know, Faith in the Glitch, is celebrating a birthday tomorrow.
Very nice.
Along with Athena Queen, who has like 3 different project names: Lasers and Lipstick, 808 Metropolis, and Athena Queen.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to them. And also Miles Prower, celebrating a birthday. And then October 3rd, Chris from Neutron Dreams, Christopher Payne,
Oh, yeah.
is celebrating a birthday. And October 4th, Jeremiah Kane is celebrating a birthday. And finally, October 5th, Max Speed from the DJ from MCR Nights is celebrating a birthday. And I just found out that Max Speed is coming to Toronto in November just to check out, hopefully, the Cybertronic Spree and Essinger
Ah, nice.
concert. Yeah, so I might get to meet Max Speed.
Oh, very
Hopefully I
good.
get to meet Essinger too.
Yeah.
I met Cybertronic Spree. The Transformers.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. All right.
Yeah, so that's it. Happy birthday to everyone.
Very good, very good. Happy birthday. Let's drop another track. We have touring and event news coming up after this, but before that, we're going to drop this rad remix. This is actually a artist by the name of Plastic Boxes, and the track is called Head Nurse. This is the Dream Reaper remix, and this thing is rad as hell. You're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy.
Life on Earth has just begun. Home and come for one. This last
And once again, that was Plastic Boxes with Head Nurse. I don't know why I like that name. I'm a dirty birdie. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's a cool tune.
I wonder if it's a reference to like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Well, I just keep thinking of that like Blink-182 song with the cute girl with the big blue latex glove, the head nurse. Nurses are always sexy. And then you marry a nurse, and then it's like the magic is gone of the sexy nurse thing. Which I did marry a nurse, so I can. She's great though. I love her. But yeah, she don't get out the blue gloves too often.
Ooh, hey, oh.
Hey, it's getting late. My God. Let's do some touring and event news. What do you think, Mr. Jules?
Yeah. Let's run through a couple of significant ones here. Okay, so the October 1st and onwards to December 10th, I think, the Party Till We Break tour with Cybertronic S3E. And they're going to have supporting acts in various places throughout the US and Canada, like Essenger. Watch out for snakes. Was I wrong in thinking you're going to be at one of these Cybertronic S3E events?
He's everywhere.
I'm everywhere, but not there that I know of.
Well, we'll have to fix that.
But you are going to be someplace the next day, right?
Yeah. October 2nd, Tim Capello is going to be opening for Watch Out for Snakes. And also Tears for the Dying will be playing, and that goes down in Atlanta,
crazy.
Of course.
You got Tim Capello opening for you?
I just want to correct that, because that is totally not true. Yeah, I am definitely playing before Tim Capello is.
Okay. I was going to say, that would be, man, that's like rockstar mode, man.
Yeah,
I
don't have that much clout.
You can't,
Yet.
You can't go after Tim. You just can't.
I bet you after you play, Tim Capello will be like, okay, next time I play, I'm opening for you.
I mean, hell, I'd be happy if after I get done playing, he says, hey, I'm available if you need a session saxophone player anytime.
Ooh, that would be great.
Yeah, just say, hey, man, just tell him you're best buddies with Gunship.
Yeah.
Right?
The Gunship keeps begging to be on our show, but we
just don't have the time.
We're like, well, we're booked up.
We just don't have the time.
I know how it is. You guys are very busy and very popular.
Yeah. All right, that same day, as mentioned it earlier, in St. Paul, in Minnesota, Night Audit and North Innsbruck will be playing for the album release party, Night Audit's new album. And October 7th, these guys called Terminus Retrowave. That would be Watch Out for Snakes.
Never heard of them.
What?
Never heard of them. Yeah, they're doing putting on a show. It's going to be Morris Black, Coffin, and as we said, Acid Gambit. That goes on down in Atlanta. And same thing, let's see, October 7th, the Health Tour starts. And they're going to have Perturbator supporting them. And finally, I just got to mention a couple of big ones here. October 9th, that's coming up very, very soon. Less than 2 weeks away, I think, yeah. Outrun the Sun event in Derby, UK. And that's got Kallax, Wolf Club, New Arcades, Lost Outrider, Player One, Roxy Drive, Paradise Walk, Iverson. Oof. So for those of us who can't make it out to the UK, we can watch Mike locally online on October 9th.
That's right.
It's one night only affair.
One night only.
Yep, so visit the new Retrowave Bandcamp page. If you want to buy a ticket, it streams off the Bandcamp streaming service to your TV, your PC, your phone, wherever you like.
Very good.
Yeah.
Lots of shows.
That's it. One more show I got to mention because I'm in it. In Toronto, Honeybeard is doing a show with, can never get her name right, Anatondomania.
Oh.
And there's gonna be a DJ named Neon Fawkes closing out the night.
Nice.
So that's happening in Toronto, October 15th.
Very good.
That's it. There's more stuff. We'll mention it next week.
Yeah, you can always go to where to get your concert information. Of course, our show. We do have a website. I can't remember the link.
The stateofsynth.com.
That's right.
You can also go to news.nightride.fm/synthwave events.
There you go.
And you can find it out if there's something going on in your town or your neck of the woods.
Very, very good. All right, so we have another track here. Now, this, oh man.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite bands out right now. One of my favorite remixers remixed one of my favorite bands. Oh man, this is just fire right here. In fact, we have System Glitch in the chat. So quick shout out to System Glitch, and he did a stellar job on this track right here. This is a band by the name of Night Leather. Go out, buy their album called Night Leather because it is slamming. It is like a dark disco kind of synthy kind of thing, and System Glitch just tricked it completely out, made it all like badass and full-on synthwave, and this thing is just pure fire. This is Sparks by Night Leather, and this is the System Glitch remix. Couldn't get that out. And here it is. Night Ride FM. Enjoy. And once again, it was Sparks by Night Leather, the System Glitch remix. Yeah, man. Love it. Always good stuff.
Bobby is like the remix master.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great artist too, but he's just got a knack for just tricking these tracks out. Like it's always a lot
He hears
of fun.
somebody else's music, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll make that better for you."
Yeah, I mean, he just kicks it in the turbo boost, which is just awesome. And I love Night Leather. Go out. I can't say enough nice things. These guys are just amazing. I love their stuff. They got a new album they're working on. We might even try to get them in for a little interview before the new album comes out. So that's coming along. So check that out. And speaking of shout outs real quick, got a couple quick shout outs that we're going to kind of put out there from our Patreons real quick. Patreon.com/NightRideFM. You can basically give us money, to support the station, of course. We have 320 kilobits synthwave streaming 24/7. So it's a good vibe. We keep it going. We have live shows, and we have, the music. We put people on our radio station, and, people dig it. So be a supporter. Anyway, Joseph Nelson is our newest supporter, and we have as a Bahia
Conejo.
Yes.
Bahia Conejo.
Yes. So very nice. And Zachary Dodson. So very good. Thank you so much for supporting the station, supporting Night Ride, and supporting the State of Synth. We really appreciate it. And I think we're getting close to our end here. We have one more song to play. But again, Matt, thank you so much for being on the show, man. This was fantastic. And hopefully I can get out to Brooklyn, see you play live, man. I'm stoked.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I'm looking forward to potentially meeting both of you guys out at some shows.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I really
Great.
appreciate you both having me on, and hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah, for those of you listening, if you want to find out more about Watch Out for Snakes, just go to watchoutforsnakestheband.com. You can find his SoundCloud, Spotify, Bandcamp, Instagram, everything links. They're all there.
That's it. Very good. And once again, we do want to thank you for listening to the show. Remember to check out thestateofsynth.com for past episodes, show notes, track listings, and maybe even buy us a beer, if you're willing. We have a little link on the top right-hand corner, and you can also find us now on syndication. We are on Neo Radio, so we're very stoked for that. So if you were listening to us on Neo Radio, shout out to you guys.
A show shout out to Neo Radio.
A silk out shout out to you guys, and you can find them at hitradio.nz/neo. So, yeah, very good. Awesome. We're on the other side of the world now. That's great.
Woohoo! All right. So we are gonna play everyone out with a track from my very first, because I keep these Twitter lists of artists and what city or country they're in.
Yes.
This is the first Iranian artist I've got. I was looking at my Iranian Twitter list, and he's like member number 1. So
there you go.
Yeah, here we go. Synthwave from Iran. The artist's name is Tame Werewolf, and he released his second album. It's called Phasermania, and it's nice. I've got a nice, smooth track to send you all off with. This is Dreamers of the Night by Tame Werewolf. From all of us at Night Ride FM, have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.